When life gives you lemons, you gotta make some lemonade. But what if there's no more lemons? As the years change, we humans also change our lifestyles. When we think about the old times, most of us will think about the simplicity of how our ancestors get on with their lives. But with now everything so modern and accessible, we tend to overlook about the overconsumption and waste we've all created. All of our bad habits are piling up over the years and affecting our home, Mother Nature. But don't worry, there's good news, because each and every one of us holds the power to make new decisions. The current reappearance of sustainability awareness is spreading amongst the young generation, like you and I. Now, by integrating sustainability into our daily routines, we can lead a more balanced and beneficial lifestyle for both ourselves and the planet. Okay, let me clarify first what sustainability actually means. Well, in its core, sustainability is about meeting our present needs without compromising the needs of the future generation. And it's also about creating this balance between the economical growth, the environmental care, and also the social well being so they can all coexist in harmony. Now, with that out of the way, we can talk about how integrating sustainability into our daily routines doesn't require a drastic change. Starting by small and consistent actions, we can make a significant impact. For example, all of my coffee lovers on the go. Have you ever thought about all the used cups after finishing your morning coffee? So, how about bringing your own tumblers and asking the barista to make your coffee there? Or maybe for these busy people who rarely have time to cook. Meal prepping for the week is a more healthier and greater option instead of buying takeout every time. And don't forget to mention the people who like to be fashionable. Rather than buying from large companies, thrifting is a more sustainable option rather than buying fast fashion because first, it's sustainable for the environment and your wallet. For me, having a more vintage style makes me enjoy finding high quality treasures while thrifting because I can get them for a much lower price. And also, buying secondhand made me realize how much the fashion industry is creating waste with their low quality items with inorganic materials, making it very hard to disintegrate. Okay, before we continue, what do the three activities earlier have in common? Yep, consumption. So, we make these choices to purchase because how easy it is nowadays. Now, if we choose products that are sustainably sourced, ethically produced, and with minimal packaging, we can support businesses that prioritize environmental responsibilities. And if you go shopping, try to ask yourself, do I really need this? Is there a more sustainable option? Or can I just buy secondhand or borrow it? Because with doing those simple acts, you can reduce the usage of packaging and energy. I use this myself too sometimes while opening online stores. Do I really need this or do I just want this? Because it helps me to not get sucked into a rabbit hole of checking out random items from my shopping cart. Okay, talking about energy, we could also help preserve energy from the comforts of our own home. We can start by making meaningful and small changes by doing simple actions around the house. So, I used to take electricity for granted, but now I understand how money and bills work. I started turning off the lights when they're not in use, unplugging devices, and using appliances that are energy sufficient to help reduce my energy consumption. Well, even though if it doesn't sound like much, it actually does make a significant impact for the long run. Okay, reduce, reuse, recycle. That is a mantra more relevant than ever. We can't talk about environmental and sustainability without mentioning these three words. So, we can start reducing by buying less and also choosing products with less packaging. And reusing involves us repurposing items that we already have instead of discarding them. And recycling ensures like materials like glass, plastic, and paper are reprocessed into new products without needing new resources. So, for me personally, I started reusing my old pieces of clothing into new crochet projects. It's a fun, eco friendly way to involve reusing into my new hobby. Okay, now this last daily activity is also something most of us do every day. We all commute to our jobs, schools, and also daily routines. But as we know, our transportation like cars and motorbikes are the biggest contributors to carbon emissions. So for those who have access to it, choosing public transit, biking, walking, or even carpooling rather than driving alone can lower your carbon footprints. I myself prefer public transportation over private vehicles. And these choices does not only benefit the environment, but it can also save me money for the long run. Okay, so of course, doing these simple steps can make our daily life more sustainable and will help the environment be a better place for our future generation. But if you want to make a bigger impact, we should also share and teach the people these easy changes. We can start by sharing these to the people we care about, like our friends and family, leading them by giving them examples and encouraging them to join us. Making these small changes can be very meaningful because it's our responsibility to take care of the conservation of our earth. Our collective and individual efforts will make our world a more sustainable future. Okay, now integrating sustainability into our daily routines is not only a choice, but a responsibility. So, creating a balanced life where we live in harmony with the planet and each other is very important. By making these mindful decisions every day, we can ensure the well being for the generations to come. I myself is and will keep on learning to be a more sustainable individual. And I hope you join me. So, sustain today, thrive tomorrow.